Hi Leo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. I'm ever so sorry that I'm a little bit late with your reading. Ugh, jeez, got to get this sorted out, man. Jeez, just a nightmare trying to get everything up on time. I'm going to start trying. The thing with me is I don't really like recording videos like 2 weeks before the start of the month. I just have a think about that. I prefer to record the videos closer to the time, but we'll see how we can work through that, because now I'm doing 24 videos a month rather than just the 12, so it's a lot more work along with the personal readings as well. So we'll see how we get on and see if I can start a little bit earlier in the month, if anything, and I'll try and make sure that the 5 that were recorded last, I think it was Capricorn, you guys, Capricorn, Leo, Cancer, Virgo, Sagittarius, I think those were the 5 that were recorded last. We'll try and make sure that you're recorded earlier, the first 5. So I'm going to get started on those soon as, and see how they go for the month of November. So if you'd like a private reading with me, guys, just go here, www.carolsuniverse.co.uk. For the month, it's interesting. Your advice card is Temperance, and the Temperance card is about adjustments, making adjustments to one's life. It's about trying to create a happy balance. It's about working things through with others for the highest, for everybody's highest good. It's about trying to create moderation in one's life. So often when a good way to do tarot, Leah, is by enacting what you see on the cards. I always use the Rider-Waite because I think they're the very best card you can use, especially when you start learning tarot as well. The pictures are invaluable. I never buy cards that don't show me movement. So there's lots of cards I could buy. I've got tons and tons of cards, but they'll always be based on the Rider-Waite idea, because for me it's important to see how the cards are interacting, and these are the best. With Temperance, if I were to pretend that I was this angel and I had 2 cups and I was pouring something, and I would, I'd be trying to create something that was fair. So say, for example, I was the last person left on earth, and I had 2 children, and we had a small jug of water, and there was just enough, maybe for 1 or 2. I would try and even out those cups to make sure my 2 children had equal amounts. So it's about creating equality. If you close your eyes and tried to do the actions of the angel on the card, it's about trying to make sure that things are balanced, trying to make sure that there is a semblance of order and fairness in one's life. So I feel Temperance is about creating order within our lives, but it also means having to work with something that's difficult. So sometimes it's difficult to work something out. It's like trying to add things up. 1 and 1 makes 2, or 5 and 2 makes 7. Well, how do we divide 7 equally? We don't really, do we, unless we're going to do halves, and there's very rarely halves in life. So it's about trying to make sure that you can reach the fairest and the most harmonious outcome in a situation, for me, with the Temperance card. With tarot, it's important to know the general meanings. Yes, I know every single meaning of the cards, but there are more to these cards. There really are. So the best thing you can do is learn the general meaning of the card and then start enacting how you would be on the card. Why am I the 9 of Cups? Why would I be sitting there like this? Big old smile on my face. Why would I be doing that? What would make me feel so smug? Something good's happened. It's little things like that with the cards that are important to try and weigh up. So Temperance as an advice card is about creating harmonious conditions and possibly working with others through a condition that might not be so easy to navigate. And I feel that that's what you're going to be doing in the month of October 2000. I feel that's the advice, okay? So if you have a difficult situation that you need to work through, Leo, it's about creating the fairest condition that you possibly can, so it serves everybody's highest purpose in the best possible way. Your general energy is Death and the 3 of Swords. Now, another good way of doing tarot is looking at the interactions with the cards. Whenever I see Death facing a card, it means that there is a change coming to that particular situation. We know that the Three of Swords is about heartbreak and separation. So for some of you guys, it might be that you've been separated from a particular person. And the fact that we've got death following it, well, what is the keywords of death? Death is ending, finality, finish, done, over. So it might be over heartbreak in the month of October 2016. So some of you guys might find that there is an ending to heartbreak. It's funny because the card, the reading looks like a love reading to me, and I've done your 21 card Gypsy love spread, which says something completely different in terms of love. So check that out, because for some of you it might be the love spread this month, and for some of you it might be this general reading. But the one thing also to say about tarot, Leo, is that just because you've got a load of cups in a reading, it doesn't always mean love. It can, because if you've got more cups than anything else, really what the cups are saying is that the situation is deeply rooted in something emotional. Okay, so if you get more swords than anything else, it says that the situation is probably rooted in struggles, or there are a lot of kind of thoughts or ideas that are going on. Nothing is really kind of manifested. When we get pentacles, the majority of pentacles, it can be that there is a situation to do with money, but it also, pentacles are the outcomes. So it's what we're actually dealing with. Pentacles are really the here and now. So they're talking about situations that we're actually dealing with in the here and now, physically enduring. So often when you get lots of pentacles in a reading, it's about that things have actually taken form and you're dealing with these situations. The cups are heavily based on how we feel about situations. So there are feelings, there are emotions, which is why often when you get queens in readings, because queens represent water, even though you get Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, you will get something like, you've got in the reading here, Queen of Pentacles. She's water of earth. So everything that she does, queens represent being, kings represent doing. You've got a queen and a king in this reading. Some readers don't read kings and queens as people. They read them as energies. I read them as people and energies. It just depends on what it is. But kings do and queens be. So to be, it's about a feeling, it's about an emotion, it's about how you navigate a situation through your being, through the whole of you, through what knowledge you have, and how you kind of sort through solutions to an issue in terms of how you feel and how you deal with that on a very kind of intuitive basis. With kings, they will take a situation and they'll kill it dead, they'll do it. They'll do something in order to get that solution, or they'll have the solution there and then they'll act on it. That's what happens with the tarot. So, and certainly the way that I do tarot. So, you know, the death cards, the majors, are the major things that we're dealing with. They're not just so much the day-to-day basis, even though you get Three of Swords. Some pick cards can be just as effective, just as big as a major. So you get something like the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can last with you for a lifetime. Ten of Swords can last for you with many years, especially if you've been hurt, betrayed by a lover, someone you really loved, you're let down. Ten of Swords can stay with you for a lifetime. So cards like that are major pick cards. Okay, we've got two major cards. We've got one big major, one small major, as far as I'm concerned, because Three of Swords is when you are hurting, when there is a struggle that you are facing, when somebody's words can really affect you emotionally, when there is a separation, when there's three people in a love triangle and it's a difficult one. But we have death before it. So for me, it's kind of like the ending to trouble, or the ending to struggle, or the ending to heartbreak, or the ending to disaster or difficulty. I feel that you're coming out of something in the month of October, and I feel that you're going to feel the energies for some of you guys in the month of October 2016. And it comes through the advice card being, you know, work with the issues, okay, to achieve a happy balance. So any obstacles, any difficulties you find in the month of October, Leo, work with them. Because if you work with them and if you try and sort the situation through by aligning the situation, i.e., I'm having trouble with my partner, let's sit down and talk about it. Let's mediate, because another key word for the Temperance card is mediation. It's not just moderation. So this card can sometimes turn up when you are trying to, you know, you can get this sort of Two of Cups, the Temperance card, along with something like Three of Cups. And it can be to moderate your indulgences, for example, or moderate how much you drink, for example, or how much you're going out. Dealing with moderation, but it's also mediation, because this is what this guy is trying to do. This is what this angel's trying to do. He's trying to mediate between two cups. So he's trying to get the right measurements of water between 2 cups, okay? Because he needs the 2 cups to balance themselves out. He needs the 2 cups to kind of match in terms of what their contents hold. So it's about mediating a situation. And I feel that the advice card is, if your energy for the month is death to troubles, death to misery, death to heartbreak, death to difficult communication, death to separation, maybe within a relationship, then I feel the advice is saying, you need to mediate with another person, or you need to try and moderate, or you need to kind of try and get an even balance of what is out of balance within the relationship or the situation within the month of October. Interesting reading, because we have the 7 of Cups that shows first. And the 7 of Cups means sometimes that there are difficult choices to be made. It could be around an individual. We've got a King of Cups showing here. So the King of Cups is either usually he's Scorpio. He is actually a Scorpio individual. But for the purposes of general readings, we're looking at a Cancerian, Pisces or Scorpio. So potentially a water sign. Or this is somebody who is heavily emotional as an individual, but when you get a King of Cups, it's somebody who is very certain of how they feel about a situation. They are emotionally aware. They have a semblance of what is right and what is wrong according to how they feel about a situation. So they're able to navigate a difficult situation. In other words, the King of Cups, we can attribute words like holding your head in a crisis, emotional stability, self-awareness when you get this card, healing, or you've healed from a situation, or making decisions based on emotional intelligence, things like that. And I feel that this King of Cups, it could be you, because even though you're Leo and you would usually represent a King of Wands, we know that life isn't like that. Not all Leo people are just out for themselves. Not all Leo people just want to rush into things. It might be a character trait that you like to be the leader, that you like to be in charge, that you like to be first in a lot of situations. But it's not always the case that Leo people are like this. I'm Scorpio, but I have a lot of Aries within me because I'm Aries moon. So, but also I have other parts of the zodiac within me, whether I've got them in my chart or not. I simply do, because I'm a human being and I have different facets to my character, okay? So at the end of the day, I'm not always a King of Cups. I'm Scorpio, so I'm King of Cups naturally, okay? But sometimes I can be a Queen of Wands, or sometimes I can be as cutting as a Queen of Swords. Do you see what I mean? If somebody gets on the wrong side of me, I'm likely to cut them out, just cut them dead, because I'm not dealing with it. So I have many traits of the tarot. We've got every single card in the tarot relates to you. Every single one. Sometimes with the 9 of Cups, things go good and you're happy. Sometimes with the 5 of Cups, things go bad and you're not so happy. Sometimes we have breakdowns of relationships and we're a 3 of Swords. Sometimes big changes occur. We move house, we move jobs. Somebody dies within the family and we experience the death card. So we have the ability, obviously, every single one of those 78 cards we experience as human beings, because the tarot is based on human life. It's based on life. It's what we live, what we breathe, which is why the tarot is an exceptionally important tool within our lives on an everyday, yearly, monthly basis. The tarot is life. So if anybody ever says to you, Leo, what a load of mumbo jumbo, bullshit. It's not mumbo jumbo, it's real life. Because 78 cards explain real life. It explains life. End of story. Don't care what anybody says. This is what it is. I've done tarot for the last 2 years. Not 2 years, 3 years now I think it is. I enjoy it immensely, but I know the importance of it. I know how many people I've been able to help through this. So what I'm trying to say to you is, just because we've got a King of Cups here, it doesn't always have to mean an external figure. It can actually mean you. If it's an external figure, there might be a choice that this person is making. It could be around you. If it's you, it's going to be a choice that you're going to need to make. But I feel that because the 7 of Cups precedes the King of Cups, it says that you have the presence of mind, because all kings are rooted in earth. Now, earth is not the mind, air is the mind. But what kings generally do is they take a situation and they know how to deal with it based on their suit, okay? So kings are doers. This is why they're based on earth. Earth is to do. Earth is the outcome. Earth is to act. Earth is to do something in everyday life, so you get a outcome or a solution from it. Queens, you've got a Queen of Pentacles here, as I've said, is to be. So what we do as a queen is we take the knowledge, we take the circumstance, we take it deep within, and intuitively we're able to work with that. We work with our intuition as queens because we're based in water as queens. It's a little bit sexist, I know, but a Queen of Pentacles for me, which you've got in your reading here, she knows intuitively how to act in terms of matters of real life. So for example, she's got a pentacle here that she holds, and what she's doing with this pentacle is she says, right now, here's the matter at hand, this is what we're going to do. Based on what I feel, based on what I've experienced, based on what I know, this is how we're going to actually kind of structure everything going forward. And I feel kind of settled in that, because the Queen of Pentacles is very much, she is a proactive individual. She's very similar to Queen of Wands, but she doesn't want to rush and do stuff. So she does things step by step by step. So she's very practical and very methodical in how she approaches things. But this comes from her intuitive nature, which all queens have, intuition. And the way that they act on the intuition is according to their suit. So a Queen of Cups might act on a situation by being calm, by being sweet-natured, by being kind, by showing empathy, by showing sympathy to another person. Okay, so this is why she makes a good healer and a good tarot reader like me, and a good nurse. So does the Queen of Pentacles. She can often be seen as a nurse and a counsellor, because she deals with matters. She deals with everyday matters. This is why she's a bank manager, or she works within finance, or she's a mother and she runs the home, and she's got all the things summed up. So I'm just musing over a few cards here, but what I'm saying is I feel with the King of Cups and this Seven of Cups proceeding, you have some choices to make. And I feel that what it's saying is, with the King of Cups energy, it could be that there's a choice to make over a particular person. It could be that you've got a choice to make here, and through your intelligence, your emotional intelligence, you exhibit that, so you show it. Kings do, so they show. They literally show. They act out what they know. They act out what they have. The King of Pentacles, as a King of Pentacles, you would look at your bank account and you'd say, right, I know how much I've got. I want to get a new camera and I've got $500 in my account. Right. My camera will cost $300. Right, I think I'll go and buy that. So the King of Pentacles will go out and he will buy the product based on what he's got in his bank account, based on what his financial awareness of what he has. Do you see where I'm coming from? So this is how I do the cards. This is how I know these cards. Because every tarot reader reads differently, and this is how I see the cards. This is how I do my readings. If this person is you, you're emotionally aware. You feel a sense of, I know exactly what to do around these choices that I have. Because the King of Cups is to know. And the Seven of Cups is to not know. Because the Seven of Cups says, I have a variety of options here. There's a variety of options that I could choose. But I don't really know what to choose. Because everything looks so good, and maybe this is not so good, and I'm in a little bit of a conundrum here, and I scratch my head. This guy standing in the shadows, Leo, is looking at seven very bright. He's looking at something quite tempting as well. We can use the word temptation with the Seven of Cups. So perhaps some of you guys are tempted by something in the month of October 2016, and there's a little bit of a difficulty in making a choice here. And because the general energy is death to the Three of Swords, or an ending to some struggles, but the advice card is to mediate, and it's to weigh the balance up, and it's to reach a decision or work towards some order within your life. To me, it suggests in the reading that these Seven Cups are the decisions that you need to make around this. In which, with the King of Cups energy, it could be a decision that you need to make maybe around a King of Cups. But then I feel that we'd more than likely have maybe a Two of Pentacles here, weighing somebody up perhaps here. Or even a Hanged Man maybe. But we've got the Seven of Cups. So this is why I feel that the King of Cups might be an energy more than a person. Okay, I feel that this is more you than anyone else. It can be someone else, but I feel that this is you. And it could be somebody else. It could be that this person has many options. And they reach a final, because the kings are the final decision. They are the absolute. They are the conclusion that we come to. The conclusion with you guys after this decision that needs to be made with the cups is you've made your decision because you're a King of Cups. But your decision is based on your own emotional awareness of the situation. So you come to an emotional decision. You come to a situation, a decision based on your intuition. Because the Seven of Cups is where you're looking at various things in your life. It can be I'm looking at a choice between love partners. It can be I'm looking at a choice between jobs. It can be anything. But you're looking at a choice here with the Seven of Cups. But for me, the King of Cups coming after that Seven of Cups says, okay, I've made my decision and it's based on how I feel about those decisions. You can see that he holds one cup. So he's made his decision to take one cup forward. Okay, out of the seven, he takes the one. Because we see one cup in his hand here and seven here. And this person has one to choose. Well, it could be one, it could be two. But I'm assuming that maybe he's got one to choose. Because he picks one here. So I feel that there's a decision that you make based on intuition. But it can also be that you have, with that Seven of Cups, Leo, a decision to make. But with the King of Cups, what it might be saying is that you wait. Because the King of Cups also means to be patient, as far as I'm concerned. Because the King of Cups sits on the water and he's rock steady. Now, his throne is very heavy. And we know that if you put something heavy on water, it's going to sink. But he doesn't sink. He actually stays afloat. So this is why this man is very in control of his feelings, because the water are his feelings. He says, oh, I'm on the water, okay, I'm going to just sit steady. I'm not going to worry about a thing. I'm not going to worry about sinking because I'm not going to sink. I'm not going to sink. So this is the card of the winner. This is the card of the person that doesn't crumble. This is the person who uses their emotional intelligence to say, I'm not going to sink. So in other words, it's almost like spiritually they have a great deal of faith. And I feel that you have a great deal of faith in terms of maybe for some of you guys waiting it out just a little bit longer in the month of October 2016. Because for some of you guys, it might be that you feel, you know what, I don't want to rush a decision here. I don't want to rush into something. So we can say Seven of Cups, big decisions to be made, or decisions to be made. A little bit of a conundrum. But the King of Cups doesn't worry about it because he's sitting rock steady. He's not allowing the water to take him under. The water really is the fear in the card of the King of Cups. Only because we know that water is fluid. It's not a solid thing. He's not sitting on a ball that floats. He's not sitting in a boat. He's sitting on a rock-steady throne. And that should really be taking him under. But he doesn't. And this is why this guy holds his head in a crisis. So for some of you guys, it might be that there is some form of a crisis here in the month of October. And you're going to need to keep your head with it. Okay, and that's why I feel that it's more, this is why I feel that we have an air card, a water card, a water energy card rather than a sword or a pentacle. Because it says to me that the water, this is something that could really take you under. There's nothing to take the King of Swords under, there's nothing to take the King of Pentacles under, and there's nothing to take the King of Wands under, because neither of them are sitting on water. Water is the worst thing that you could sit on, especially in a rocky sea, if you're on a heavy object that is not designed to be on water. A boat is made to be on water. So unless it has a leak or it capsizes or there's just too many people in that boat, it should stay afloat. But a chair, as heavy as that, it looks like it's made in stone. So this person is made of stone. They're made of stronger stuff. The King of Cups is made of stronger stuff. They could let this water, the uneasy emotions that they feel, take them under. But this person doesn't do that because he's rock steady. So I feel that you're holding your own in the month of October 2016 because you have a gamble to make. There's something that you're going to gamble on because we've got the Two of Pentacles. Now, when you get the Two of Pentacles, it can mean, for some of you guys, I'm going to read this two ways, okay? I'm going to read it two ways. I'll read it this way first. So there might be a decision for some of you guys to make. And you are keeping your head above water. So you're not going to crumble with it. Because the advice card says to mediate. To work things through in the best way that you possibly can with temperance. So we know that there is some discord, some type of difficulty that some of you guys might be facing in making a decision around something, but you're holding your own with that King of Cups energy. You're not allowing these 7 cups to bother you too much, and you're not allowing your fear or whatever the water means to you to drag you under. You're going to sit there and you're going to wait it out, and you're not going to worry about it. Because the Two of Pentacles, you've got things to weigh up. The Two of Pentacles often means, okay, if I do this, would that be better? But then if I do this, would that be better? Which one is it? Again, it's a decision card. Which one do I do? Do I do this or do I do this? Always remember with the cards, try and just do the action off the card. And then just close your eyes and feel, well, if I did that, I'm the man on the Two of Pentacles. So if I'm weighing things up, how does that make me feel? And then write down the words of how that makes you feel to be weighing something up. How does it actually get you? For me, as I'm sitting here weighing things up, I'm kind of like, even though there's nothing for me to weigh up, I'm imagining that I'm the man on the Two of Pentacles and I'm doing this. I'm like, ugh. But I feel that it could be saying that a decision you make will lead to happiness, because you've got the Nine of Cups showing here. So I feel that, this isn't something that you choose, easily. And I'm not going to say it's a love reading. I'm going to read it in 2 ways. Possibly love, but possibly just everyday life. We know that Pentacles refer to earthly matters. So this is something that is heavily tied in emotionally. It's almost like this thing will give you emotional happiness, but it is based in something that is very real. So it could be a job. It could be a relationship, because the Pentacles are earthly matters. They're the things that we deal with in everyday life. So for some of you guys, it might be that you have options in love and you're weighing up. For example, death to the Three of Swords could be death to a 3-way relationship, for example, because Three of Swords can often mean a love triangle in a reading. So it could be that there is death coming to a 3-way relationship. You'll make a choice maybe between 2 people. We do see that you've got options here with the Seven of Cups. But you're not willing to make that decision just yet. And you kind of just let things roll from it. You're not willing to let this take you under. For some of you guys, you might be married, but you might have somebody on the side, another lover, that type of thing. And the advice is, work out what is best for you. Make sure that whatever it is that you do is fair and it's reasoned. That it creates harmony within your life, Leo. Not anybody else's, but for you. So here we see you weighing something up. It's an earthly matter. You've got the Two of Pentacles here. So it's something that you're really dealing with, basically, with the Two of Pentacles. Could be 2 relationships, trying to keep 2 relationships going. For me, the Nine of Cups, around that Two of Pentacles, I feel it's a decision you make that's going to make you happy, but sometimes this can be the card of somebody who wants it all. Because this Nine of Cups can represent a man who has several notches on his belt. So he's kind of free and he's easy and, he's enjoying, being the belle of the ball. He's enjoying having all of these choices, all of these girls or boys or whatever that he can choose between. It's a very sexual card, is the Nine of Cups. But it's also a card that suggests we feel contentment and happiness within our lives at a choice that we've made. And he's sitting there and he's like this. So you're weighing things up and you're like, which one? And you're like, yeah, that's going to bring me happiness. So I feel that there's a choice that you make here that brings in happiness for you with that Nine of Cups. And it's funny because it seems to lead to the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Now look at those 2 cards together. That's incredible. Because we have an ace that goes to a 10. And the aces usually signify fresh starts. They signify happiness. They signify success. They signify new beginnings. But I feel that it's almost like the emotion goes from a 0 to a 10. The aces are number 1s. So we go from a 1 to a 10 emotionally. Okay, I feel the decision that you make leads you on a path to direct happiness, because I feel that you almost see what path it is that you need to take. It's almost like this fresh start or this happiness that you have chosen with the Ace of Cups leads to the most happiness that you can feel with the Ten of Cups. And therefore we have the Sun, which shows success and happiness. Again, it's a successful and a happy card when you get the Sun. It shows, again, new beginnings. It shows happy endings. It shows positivity. It shows positive actions that one takes in one's life. But there's a real sense of positivity around a decision that I feel that some of you guys make in the month of October 2016, because they are beautiful cards, which is why I definitely feel that this is an ending to some form of struggle you guys are facing or have faced in the month of October 2016. The energy of this is dependent on what you do. Okay, so you can have your ending to struggles, but I feel for some of you guys, Leo, it is dependent on an action that you take and a decision that you make. Okay, because it can be with the Seven of Cups and the King of Cups. I'm resolute in a decision I make, because the Kings are resolute. They're the resolution to an issue. He's emotionally resolute, so he's completely self-aware about something that he does. He's completely emotionally stable concerning a decision that he makes with that Seven of Cups. For him, the gamble pays off with that Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups. It's almost like yes, because remember the Nine of Cups is where you get happiness. I mean, not just happiness, but there's a real sense of feeling smug around something that you've achieved. It's a card of achievement when you get a Nine of Cups. You know, often when I have done my own readings, or in the past, I don't have tarot readings anymore, but when I used to go for tarot readings, this card would always show up for me, and my reader would always say, you're going to be feeling really, really happy and really smug. And it was true, because Carol's universe came alive, and every time I did this I thought, what am I feeling happy about? I'm feeling so smug. But it was Carol's universe that really took off on YouTube, and it took off on the website. So I knew that I was entering a very fortunate stage. So it's almost like the decision that you do make, the gamble, and I feel it's a gamble that you take, it really leads to something quite amazing. You know, it pays off with that Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. But it's not a Nine of Pentacles here. This is more about emotional happiness, I feel, in the month of October 2016, rather than financial. Simply because we've got more cup cards. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 cup cards showing up here. 2 pentacles. So we know that the emotional happiness is not just to do with friends, and it's not just to do with a state of being, but it's also to do with the practicalities of your everyday life. The things that you experience, your home, for example, something that goes on in your home, something maybe that goes on with your work. But it has long-lasting and long-reaching effects, Leo, I feel, for you, in terms of, you know, we could say the Temperance card is based on cups as well, even though it's Sagittarius. This is the major card for Sagittarius, so it's fire, really. But I feel that it gives you the emotional security. And the Queen of Pentacles, remember, she's water anyway. She's based in water. So it's water all over this bitch. Sorry, guys, it is. It's water all over this reading. It is. Because we've got a water of earth here. And what does water do? It feeds earth. So every single decision this little lady here makes is based in her intuition, and she applies it in very practical ways. So she might feel that her intuition is saying to her, okay, my intuition tells me that we need to put £1,000 or $1,000 into the children's fund, into their college fund this month, because little Nellie is going off to college within the next year. So I feel that we ought to start putting more money away. And then she will take the money and she'll put it into the account. That's what the Queen of Pentacles does. So everything that she does is based in how she feels, because she's water of earth. She's being. Queens are being. They're the things that we do inside. They're the things that we feel. They are the kings do. They act. So a King of Pentacles will take that money to the bank. A Queen of Pentacles will look at the money and she'll make the assessment. And through a state of being, she'll make the decisions going forward. Whereas a King of Pentacles will say, right, I'll go and take the money to the bank, then I'll take the action. I'll take the money out of the bank and I'll go put it in the bank. But just in general terms, I feel the Sun is a very, very positive card along with that Queen of Pentacles. Because for me, the Queen of Pentacles represents also feeling safe and secure and stable within one's family life and home life. So for some of you guys, it's something you do in the month of October that leads to emotional and also materialistic, perhaps, security going forward. In the month of something, a gamble that you take maybe pays off with that Nine of Cups, but it's more an emotional paying off rather than a financial paying off. But I can see that there are earthly matters involved in this because we've got the Two of Pentacles. It's real time. It's what you're doing right now. For some of you guys, it might be around children because we do have that Sun card which can indicate children, and the Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles can indicate a mother as well. So there might be choices that you're making around some difficult situation you might have had concerning children. But I feel it works out fine. You have the most happiness, I feel, for some of you guys in the month of October 2016. The other way that I want to explain this reading is explain this in terms of love as well. Because for some of you guys, it might be in the month of October 2016 that some of you have a very happy ending. One looks very good. Death to heartbreak here. Death and the Three of Swords. And that comes through the advice being, well, work through your problems with the Temperance card. Trying to achieve a happy balance maybe with a partner. So it could be that we have a partner maybe, because the King of Cups isn't you. So if we're talking about an external individual, this could be a water sign individual, male or female. Usually Scorpio. Scorpio if it's female as well, maybe, because King of Cups is a Scorpio card. We have somebody who has decisions to make, and it might be because he's the King of Cups. It's not to say that this person doesn't care about you, but it's just that maybe this person has wanted to go out and explore the world or explore other opportunities or other things, other people. With the King of Cups energy, though, this person might be taking their time. They might just be weathering the storm. They might just be holding to their guns for the moment. Because right now, there is a sense of... King of Cups, yes, is to feel emotionally stable, but it's also to weather the storm when you have difficulties. And the difficulties could be with that Seven of Cups, the choices that a particular person around you might need to make. Here we see the Two of Pentacles, and this is this guy that might be weighing things up. Guy or girl might be weighing things up. He might be weighing up others. We've got two cards that show someone looking at options. When you get cards like the Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles, this is somebody who could be weighing up two relationships or, you know, more than one person. And it could be that this person is weighing up two relationships, or they might be trying to juggle two relationships because the Nine of Cups says, you know, they're happy being that way. They like the attention. They like the happiness that comes to them through this. They might feel good being a Lothario. They might feel good. They might feel rather smug because they've got, you know, options or different people that they can look at and choose. We have an Ace of Cups showing here, which shows, usually this is the start, because all aces really represent the start, the beginning of situations, the potential. So it could be that there is the potential for love to grow, because we've got the Ten of Cups that go, the Ace that goes to a 10. So we've got the potential here in the full growth. Okay, so when you get the Ten of Cups, it's maturity, it's a matured love. It's the potential for something to grow into marriage, into union. So it could be that there is the potential for a union here with this King of Cups, but he's got choices to make. He's weighing up the choices with that Two of Pentacles because he kind of likes having options. But I feel that this person, if anything, in the month of October 2016, it could be that the person chooses you because we do have the potential for love here, the Ace of Cups with that Ten of Cups. It could be a happy ending with the Sun card. Because the Queen of Pentacles shows here, it could be, this could be you. You're not Queen of Pentacles, Leo. You're Queen of, you'd usually be a King of Wands or a Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is usually Aries though. King of Wands is Leo. But it could be that you're feeling stable in terms of a relationship here along with this Sun card, okay? Happy and stable, I would say, with that combination. Maybe because there's the potential for a relationship with this person who will not choose. So for some of you guys, it might be that you've been in a relationship with somebody who has found it difficult to make a choice. I don't feel it will be you. I feel it's somebody else. It could potentially be somebody else who's had the choices to make. They might have been holding out on it because the King of Cups also means to be patient, to wait a situation out. Take your time. Don't rush. Keep your head. you're fine. So it could be that this person is waiting things out because they've got a choice to make, and they're weighing maybe a couple of options up here because, you know, they want to see what's going to lead to their highest good, what's going to lead to their highest happiness. It could be that they're enjoying weighing up, you know, looking at different options. But it doesn't mean that there isn't the potential for growth within a relationship. It doesn't mean that there isn't the potential for a happy marriage or a happy union with this particular individual. Because as a result of this, you get the Sun. And the Sun is a really successful card. It says, well, there'll be success for you, maybe. Maybe there's going to be success in which you're going to be feeling far more secure and stable within the relationship with that page, that Queen of Pentacles energy. For some of you guys, it might be that this person chooses somebody else, though, because the Queen of Pentacles is not you. So if the Queen of Pentacles is somebody else, it might be that success maybe goes to the Queen of Pentacles. It could be somebody else. It could be another woman here. Okay, and therefore the Temperance card, instead of mediation, it might be you're going to need to kind of just endure this and deal with it and try and, mediate your feelings around this situation in the month of October. And this would probably be more in line with the reading that you've got for your love reading. So for some of you guys, yes, it will be, because the cards are multifaceted. So it's difficult at times with these cards to say, especially when it's a general reading, especially a general, because you don't know who's who and who's watching and what their experience. The only way you get a more correct reading is on personal readings. I feel for some of you guys, the second reading is saying, you know, there is a choice somebody has to make and they're waiting it out because they're enjoying kind of weighing up, or they're enjoying kind of juggling two relationships. It might make them feel good about themselves with that Nine of Cups. There could be the potential for a union here with that Ten of Cups. But that potential of a union might go to someone else with that Sun and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so it could be this Three of Swords. Three of Swords sometimes means to wait. It sometimes means longing. If you go into depth with this card, sometimes it means, you know, there's a situation that somebody is having to endure. And it could mean that there is a death to this, having to endure, having to wait, in which the Temperance card can be saying, well, you're going to need to kind of moderate your feelings, temper your feelings on this. You're going to need to try and work a way to kind of get through this situation. Because we do have another Queen sitting here. So it might not be you. But then again, Sun represents Leo as well, which is interesting. That's your major card there, which is the Sun. The Sun means to be confident and to be out there and to feel vibrant. So for some of you guys, you might be feeling confident because you actually have your answer here in the month of October 2016 around a particular person. I'm feeling for some of you guys it's going to go good though, love-wise, even though the Leo reading for love is a little bit different, I must admit, to this reading here. It could be that you're feeling confident, maybe because you feel that you're going to be stable within the month of October with that Queen of Pentacles energy. It could also mean that maybe, just maybe, this person has a choice to make between you and maybe somebody else, this Queen of Pentacles, because the Sun does represent a Leo energy. So maybe this is why the advice is that this person is trying to work things through. So it could be, yeah, this person is trying to work things through, but it is coming up to the climax now of the ending of the Three of Swords. So this could be a three-way relationship for some of you guys. If we've got the Three of Swords here, which could be a love triangle, it could be that you are now coming up to the point where there is an ending to a love triangle here. Now, it could go in your favour and it might not, because this person here with the Seven of Cups needs to make a choice, but he or she might be waiting it out with that King of Cups energy, because they enjoy jostling with two relationships. It kind of makes them feel really kind of on top of the world, like, you know, they've got options. They're feeling good about it. There is the potential for a union with that Ten of Cups. But at the end of the day, it might be that with the Sun card, it's funny because you're not showing us a King of Wands or a Queen of Wands here. So the Sun card might be saying, but you may need to be better, because the Sun card means to be out there, confident, better, in your element. So it might be saying you need to be better with the Sun card than the Queen of Pentacles, because this could be a Capricorn female or male. For the purpose of the reading, it could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus individual. So it could be saying with the Sun card, you need to be better. You need to be more than this individual here. And that's why the advice card in the month of October is Temperance. You need to work with what you have, if anything, okay? You need to create a happy balance. You need to create something that makes you feel aligned, perhaps with who you are as an individual. Okay, so you need to work out a way. It depends if this resonates with you as a three-way relationship. You know, the Temperance card could be saying, you know, well, what makes you feel better in this? Do you want to be better than a Queen of Pentacles? Do you want to be better than someone else? Do you really want to be a statistic or an option to a particular person who thinks that they've got it all wrapped up? King of Cups is usually a really nice guy, but doesn't have to be. It simply doesn't. We can look at these cards in all sorts of ways. All sorts of ways. The King of Cups could probably be a rat bag. Because the King of Cups doesn't really... I mean, if you look at this card, he's sitting on water. That's not really possible. But this guy sits on water because he's sitting it out. He's waiting it out. He's holding his head in a crisis. This is not always the card of success. This is somebody who is literally... If you get the King of Cups in the reverse, things are overwhelming this individual. They're not coping very well. But when it's upright, he's coping all right. And he's dealing with the situation. So he's keeping his head, even though he's got decisions that he needs to make. He's not willing to do anything just yet because perhaps he's enjoying this. Jostling two relationships. And it's making him feel good. So therefore, yes, there is the potential for a union with that Ten of Cups. But maybe you need to be better than the other person with that Queen of Pentacles. You're the Sun here, so you've got to stand out. Maybe it's saying you need to stand out. You need to be better than that Queen of Cups. So therefore, with the Temperance card, you need to work out exactly what it is that you want. Either way, there is death coming maybe to a three-way relationship or maybe to some form of struggle some of you guys are facing in the month of October 2016. Let's have a look at what the angel cards are saying, Leo. Universe, Spirit, Angels, what is the advice that you have for Leo? Show me. What is the advice that you have for Leo in the month of October 2016? Show me. What's the advice? Show me the advice that you have for Leo. What is the advice? What advice? Oops. It says no. And that just flipped out. And it's got an exclamation mark. So let's have a look what it says on that. The response to your inquiry is a firm no. You needn't worry though, as you will see why this was the perfect answer as time goes by. I feel that this relates more to the second reading about maybe the love triangle thing that's going on for some of you guys, if it resonates with you. The answer is no. Okay, this is what it's saying. I'm just going to get another card. Universe, if some of these Leos are trying to work out the best way to solve a solution that leads to happiness for them, I don't mean the three-way relationship, I mean another situation. If there is death to struggle, the energies of people are trying to resolve a situation and this is going to take them needing to mediate and sort through some issues in a very kind of practical, fair way. What is the advice that you have? The first reading that I did, what is the advice that you have for the first reading? For Leos, for the first reading, show me. No need to worry. That's your advice for the first reading. Let's have a look at what that says. Your worries and concerns regarding your question are unnecessary. God and your angels have the situation well in hand and everything is going to turn out perfectly. Obsessing over this subject isn't helpful. The energy of fear and worry only slows the eventual manifesting of your desires. Visualize loving and happy outcomes and keep your thoughts positive. Very soon you will wonder why you were worrying about this at all. So if there is, with the first reading, any semblance of worry, any type of kind of agitation or anxiety around a situation that you are trying to work through with that Temperance card, Universe is saying do not worry about it because everything is being worked out for your best and highest order. If there is a love triangle going on here and you need to be better maybe than somebody else, Leo, then I feel that the cards are saying no. It's not worth your time to do that. Okay? If you are worth anything to a particular person, let them come to you. You're not a piece of cattle. You don't need to kind of be better than someone else to show your self-worth. So really, with the advice card of being temperance, it's about work out what is the best thing for you to do. Okay, create some order and semblance and balance within yourself to give yourself your own inner harmony and happiness. That's your reading, Leo, for the month of October 2016. I would like to say thank you very much. Go over and check out your love reading. Very, very interesting. But thanks for your time, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.